Hi Annie,
Hi,
how are you doing today?
I'm okay. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you for coming in because I know it took us a while for you to finally choose a time for a first appointment. So I'm really glad to see you.
Yeah, figured I needed it and
Mm-hmm.
hope it'll help. So,
Would you like to discuss in what way you figured you might need it?
well,
In
I
what?
thought I could handle, taking care of everything on my own, and yeah, I was on the medication. I was doing pretty good, and then, after a while, school just got a little tough, and I'm not used to that. And I usually do really well in school, so once I didn't do too well on one of my exams, I ended up realizing something was wrong. And
Mm,
so kind of started to worry that I might not be able to do it all on my own.
so you said you're taking medication, and that's for what exactly?
My depression.
Okay. And how long have you been taking medication? When did you realize that you're depressed?
I realized I was depressed a couple years ago, and then, I've been on medication for a while. Um, but yeah,
So you said it's been helping, but now it hasn't been helping so much. Things are
yeah. Well,
going
the medication took a while to kick in, but once it kicked in, I started feeling really good, and I felt like, oh, I can handle this. I don't need to be talking to anyone anymore, and things were going well for a while, and then it just started to come back. Maybe I'm not on a high enough dose or whatever, but I just want to lay in bed all the time, and I'm just kind of struggling to do stuff. I don't want to go out. Not that I ever really wanted to go out, but I'm struggling hanging out with friends and kind of being antisocial, and so clearly the medication isn't the only thing that's going to help me.
and is this your first time um, doing individual therapy with the medication? Have you tried it before?
No, I haven't tried it before.
Okay, because there has been some research that says that doing individual counseling along with taking um, psychiatric medication it helps. So hopefully you'll find that our sessions will be useful. And um, just going into that, basically the approach that I use is called the solution brief focus therapy model. And basically, it's a strengths based model that is more solution focused than problem focused. So um, it focuses more on your strengths and how these strengths that you have can be used to help resolve your problems or issues.
Okay.
So, is that okay? If
Yeah, I still don't really understand what that all is, but that's fine with me. Whatever
all
you
right,
think is gonna help.
thank you for you know working with me here. So basically, it's a collaborative approach. So the fact that you're willing to work with me, um, that helps a lot.
Okay.
So what are some what are some goals or objectives that you would have for the session,
For this session or just for
or just for therapy in
therapy?
general?
Um, I guess I want to feel better about myself and start to get to that point where I can feel confident enough to do things for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've lived a lot for other people, and I've never done stuff that I wanted to do. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe just the biggest thing is I just want to be okay with myself, and my sexuality, and stuff with school, and figuring out what I want to do and not what my parents want me to do.
Okay. So a part of this approach, there's a very well-known technique that the therapists use, and it's called the Merkle question. And it's going to be kind of strange at first, so I just wanted to, you know, let you know in advance before I go ahead and do it. So I don't know if you recognize that there's a magic lamp
Mm-hmm.
on my desk, and basically, Danny, I want you to imagine that this is in fact a magic lamp, and you have one wish. You wish that all the problems that you're coming into therapy for will be banished. They'll be all solved. And you miraculously fall asleep, and then you wake up, and the problems are no longer there. I want you to imagine what would that look like for you not to have any problems? What are some of the changes that you see?
Well, that's tough. I think that, obviously I'd be doing a little better in school, getting my A's back. My mom and I sometimes have a strained relationship, so, getting along with her better. We get along, and we have a decent relationship, but I think she'd be more accepting of, well, first of all, that I'd be able to tell my parents, that I like girls and that they'd be okay with that, so that I can, truly be myself. And then, that my mom would be accepting of the lifestyle that I want and that I have, and, that I have dreams for myself and not just to, be a wife or a mom. I think those are the big ones.
Do you think at some point you'd want to have your parents come in?
I could, but sorry. I mean, they're both kind of busy, so I don't really know if that'll happen.
Okay. But it's something that you'd be willing to think about.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for now, Annie, what are some? Let's see if we can break these down into more realizable objectives for you. Um, what are some of the things that you want to be able to get done or achieve by the end of your therapy here?
I mean, can you give me an example?
Okay, for example, um, you said that you'd like to be able to tell your parents, who you love, and you'd want to be more accepting of yourself. So an example of an objective would be you will have your parents come into therapy and tell them. Another objective could be you'll try to go to one of the organizations on campus for LGBT students, if that interests you.
I could probably do that one.
And in that could help you get some social support and be less antisocial. So is that some things that you'd like to work on?
Mm-hmm.
anything else?
I mean, like I said, I want to just, feel better. Um, but that's so hard to do when, we're struggle to get out of bed. So, I mean, I don't really know what type of objective could go for, like, helping feel better. Or, like, what I could do to.
Can you remember a time when you felt better?
I mean, it's been a while. Probably back in high school.
Okay.
At some point in high school.
Do you remember what exactly was going on that made you feel better?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I was doing really, really well in school. I was top of my class. I mean, I was active in clubs and sports and stuff, and so that was like one of the only times that my parents would come out to see anything. I mean, they didn't catch every game or every activity that I did, but I mean, they did more so than towards the end of high school, more towards the beginning before they got really, really busy. So, I mean, I guess it was just more like family time, and I had a lot of friends, and I still have a lot of friends, but I just don't get to see them as much because of not wanting to go out.
Yeah, that must be difficult.
And I was oblivious, I guess, to it didn't hit me until about my senior year that I might be attracted to girls. So I think being oblivious to how I was different was also.
Well, that sounds like a hard place to be. You've been able to come this far, and it says a lot about your resilience and the good coping that you have so far. So it seems as if being active was something that really helped a lot. Excuse me, back in high school. So are you able to do any activities regarding clubs or sports here?
I mean, I guess I could, but I mean, the basketball coach had tried talking me into playing, and I just couldn't. I don't know. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So maybe that's something to look into. Or intramurals, I guess I could do. I mean,
is this something that you'd want to do?
I mean, I could. I mean, I do. I miss it, but I mean, it's so hard to get myself out of bed and will myself to do anything, and maybe I'll just stick to the clubs and activities and stuff like that. Maybe try and do that LGBT thing and see how that works out for me.
And based on how that probably works out, then you can use it as a platform to become more active if you so desire.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. Taking baby steps towards your goals. So that sounds good. Tell me a bit more about some of the things that you like to do.
I mean, I like to do a lot of things. I just haven't been able. I'd say I don't have the time to do it, but that's kind of a lie. I just prefer sleeping all the time. It's just easier that way. I mean, I like to hang out, watch movies. I like to have friends over or be with friends, but I don't like going out, like clubbing and stuff. That's just not my style. I mean, I like to read. I like to go out for food with people who doesn't like food. I don't know.
Okay, well, a lot of stuff that you can work with. So perhaps one of your objectives could be to have maybe a weekly gathering with your friends at your house and have some food there. Is that something that you think would help?
Yeah, I think if I had people over, I could motivate myself to get out of bed.
Okay. And along the same lines, you say you have friends now. What are those relationships like?
I mean, I have one really, really good friend. Um, and she's pretty cool. Um, but I mean, I have good friends. I wouldn't necessarily say that they're super close. I don't really let people get too close to me. Um, and I don't know. I just don't know if they'd understand. But some of them I think are getting frustrated because they always ask me to like go out to parties and things like that, and it kind of puts a strain on them when I just don't feel like going. You know, I'd rather be in bed or in my room by myself than go out to a party. Too many people just makes me, when everyone else is all happy and I'm not, it just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's understandable. Do you think it would be helpful if you could let your friends know, that you're just not up for going out and
Yeah, I don't know if they'd understand though. I'm not sure how they would react either.
but you do say you have few close friends,
Mm-hmm.
and that's very very good. At least you have people who actually understand or can try to understand what you're going through. So I guess you could use those friends more to help you.
Yeah.
And if you become comfortable enough and sharing with your other friends who you think are worth, because obviously you're the judge of who you want to be around with, then you perhaps could slowly open up to them, and just so that they could understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So do you have any concerns you'd like to share?
I mean, I think we covered any of the concerns that I have. And I don't know. It's weird. It's hard.
What's weird?
I mean, I really don't have anything not, I mean, minus, at school and failing that exam. I mean, I've had a really good life, so I guess I'm just confused as to, I mean, it's been 3 years or so since I've been diagnosed with the depression, and I figured that I would have come to terms, that it just happens sometimes. That you just sometimes get depressed. But I mean, I think back and I get so angry because I mean, there's no reason for it. I mean, I had a very good life. Um, I mean, yeah, I wish my parents could have been around a little bit more, but it's not like I've ever wanted for anything, and then so why am I like this now? So it's just, I thought I came to terms with it, but I guess I haven't. And, just dealing with everything and not being able to motivate myself to get out of bed, I guess, is what's really worrying me because even on my worst days, I could still, tell myself, oh, I have class, I need to get up, and now I just don't care.
Well, the fact that you're here now really shows that you care, and it means, from what I see, that you want to be able to get your life back on track. You want to be able to get motivated again, and to do well academically, to socialize well with those who you want to be with. So I see promise in you being here. And it's good that we covered some of the objectives that you like to see. And I want to see how much we can cover throughout this semester at least. And if you don't have anything else to share, I'd like to give you like a homework assignment to work on for our next session.
Okay.
Or if you have anything else to say before we close, please feel free.
I mean, I think that's it. I don't know. I usually just do easier when people ask me questions and I don't have to just come out and spill my guts. No, I think that's it right now.
Okay. So for our next session, I want you to try and work on, I think 2 tasks will be manageable. One, if possible at all, to try and see if you can go to one of the meetings for the LGBT club.
Okay. Do you have any information on that at all?
I can get you some information and send it to you via email after our session.
Okay, that'd be really cool.
Okay. So that would help you to, learn a bit more about, other people who are facing similar struggles, and getting you to be around people who can empathize with you and help you to become more comfortable in yourself.
Yeah, that would be good. It's something I really need to work on.
And the second task is to see if you can have your friends over at least one day of this week, maybe on the weekend, whenever you're free, and perhaps if you can make it something that's perhaps a regular thing. Just invite your close friends and have some food or games or whatever you like.
So not like a study party, right?
If that's what you want, you can make it whatever you want.
Okay. just asking. I mean, sometimes my friends and I hang out and we study, but clearly that didn't help on my tests, so.
Well, there were other things going on too, so hopefully these 2 tasks will be rewarding in some way, and I'm hoping that next week you'll be able to report back and let me know of any progress that you've made or have not made. Hopefully you've been making some progress.
Okay. And I'll have to, make sure I take my medication too.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably important. Sometimes I forget.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm sleeping and I'd rather sleep all day and I'm not really up a lot, so I should probably try and do that.
I agree, you should. And that perhaps could help you more to be less lethargic and more energetic.
Maybe sometimes it makes it worse, but it's because I keep forgetting to take it, so I think the effects sometimes wear off.
So do you think another task that we can add to this is for you to make sure that you take your medications daily? Do you have like a log or something that you use to make sure that?
No, I kind of just always hope I just remember. So maybe I should.
So that you have an iPhone.
I do.
Perhaps you can schedule, on a daily basis, have an alarm go off, reminds you that you should take your meds.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, using your resources, using the assets that you have.
Mhm. I can do that. I'll do that now. To remind myself.
Okay. Alright, so that is our end of our session, unless you have anything else you wish to share.
No, I think that was good for today.
Well, it was very nice meeting you, Marianne. I hope to see you next week.
I'll try. Is there a day or a time
Is this time?
open? I mean, this time would work. I don't have class or anything right now, so
Okay.
it would probably be the best.
Mhm.
I won't have an excuse not to show up. Unless I'm sleeping, but I'll
Well,
try to not be sleeping.
I'd appreciate that. And it's for your best interest too.
Yeah, I'm gonna try really hard.
Okay.
Give myself, at least I'll have a reason to get out of bed.
Well, I'll see you next week.
All right, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
We'll see you.